EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway in Southern California. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right to the air is Mahomes. The pass caught by Olave. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam. Especially
against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Thank you guys. No, I'm gonna be on mute. I'm just letting you know.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10, right at the 30. Lamb in motion left. They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is Fant on the short completion. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
The Charger drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Chargers had 9-7 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. They'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Now it's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Up the middle they go. Galvin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Galvin credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rhodes. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Rhodes. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rhodes. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Davis, 27 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Galvin, and he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here's the Chiefs punter now. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Rhodes. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing second and 20-plus. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Now here's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and on play action, here's Herbert. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just got to wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes got a man over the middle. Worthy. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 3rd down, Galvin. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Butker's kick here is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone.
that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Herbert now. On Herbert, his third interception. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Typically go in the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Galvin. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Herbert. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now it's Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Herbert off of play action. He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Herbert back to the air. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for the Charger touchdown. Darius Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Galvin. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes trying to lay one up deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trent McDuffie with a pick. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They'll run on first down. Galvin, and he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Galvin knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Galvin. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 102 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Mahomes now on the sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Patrick Mahomes scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's Herbert. Flush to his right. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ladd McConkey, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Throwing, Herbert. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Rams get it? Yes! L.A. football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Herbert going to throw. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Herbert to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trent McDuffie with a pick. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Holy smokes, man.